This video gonna be about the end of Guitar Player magazine, and it's going digital. So for guitar players who always love Guitar Player, the magazine, the December is the last month of it. The end of an era. 58 years. It's amazing when you think back on the time when, all that people who were into different guitarists and seeing the covers of some of your favorite guitar players on there, and that because magazines are not happening anymore. It's a digital era, it's an app era. It's cheaper to have everything online and than it is to go to the store. Because even though there are musician fans all ages and walk around backgrounds, it don't hit the same with going to the shop to go look at a music magazine no more. When they took the record stores away, they took all that away. I used to go to Tower Records and you could see Guitar Player magazine and bass guitar player, and drums and keyboards and all that. And you have musician magazine and interviews and all the stuff that used to once upon a time pop off. You'd be looking for the latest gear, the latest pedals. Or sometimes you want to look at a magazine just to see who was on the cover, to see how their strats were, how their the gear, you know, all that. The things that if you respect guitar players and if you're looking for a certain type of musicians. I remember, just veering off the subject, but I remember magazine saying, was Jimi Hendrix a jazz musician? And you're having debates, you know, was looking for Pat Metheny. You listen for different type of instrumentalists, but Guitar Magazine, to remember like some of the musicians that have been on the cover, or the techniques or the tones, they're giving up their charts or their cadences and their rhythms and the intricacies. It was something else, picking up the parts, and you know, it's just when you're looking for the latest acts play on the magazine and who gets the hype, and all those little things, those intricacies. That's what made it so cool. But that is an era of a bygone time. They're not going to spend that kind of money on magazines when it's not selling like that, because it costs a lot of money to print and put it out and so on and so forth. And so, unless you a diehard musician or a fan of it, people today ain't breaking their neck to see who the latest gunslinger is on the axe. Those days are long gone. You know, yes, people still like to hear people perform songs, but in the era of Guitar Hero, in an era where you still got more style over substance, it's a bygone era. So, and I understand because, a lot of music magazines that if you grew up in a particular era, you couldn't wait to read who's who played on what, or the charts. If you are into chords, or if you're looking into the key signatures or the solos, there's certain parts that you're looking for. So you were looking to see those changes or how they play parts, and you're just looking for it at the transcripts. And so now you have everything that's gonna be online, but it's not the same. It's not the same like going to an actual store and physically opening up that smell of it, looking at the Gibson or the Les Paul, looking at those axes and just going, wow, you know, the textures of it. So it is definitely, and that's the real world. That's where we are. That's where we are, you know. Amazingly, when synthesizers and keyboards and everything programming took over 40 years ago, you still had room for guitars and solos, and even in the 90s with sampling and looping and all that. But what happened was when social media and cyber world, people started putting print ads up on, and they didn't need it no more. So with each passing era and time, that's one less thing that you know that you're a social era. So, But anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about the end of Guitar Player magazine being on the shelves. It's gonna be all digital. But let me know what you think, how it makes you feel. If you're a fan of guitar based music magazines, if you're an instrumentalist, or if you just like to read about all the transcripts and notes. His like, subscribe, with thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Hit that membership, because when you do, questions you ask, I bring them forth to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay full, stay woke, stay alert. And again, you know, if you're a fan of music or what have you, let it be known. But again, this is just a reality that it's happening to everything that you once knew. It's all gone digital. All right, I'm out. Peace.